efficient will save you time, and since we only have so much time each and every day, we want to make sure that we're maximizing all the efficiencies that we can in our business. But have you ever thought that once you master your bookkeeping workflows, you would also be creating a system that would be more accurate and reliable? When you set up your workflows and follow them through, you'll notice that you're more organized, and you'll even save time trying to hunt down paperwork that you know is in your office somewhere. I understand. I've done this myself. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about the benefits of finding a workflow system that works for your business, whether you're just getting ready to start your small business, you're a solopreneur, entrepreneur, small business owner, virtual online bookkeeper, or virtual assistant. In most cases, you don't even need to spend any additional money. You just need to create your workflow system and stick to it. Once you have this down, you'll see just how easy it is to delegate tasks and make sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to getting work done. It doesn't matter if you're using a computerized bookkeeping system like QuickBooks, Wave, Xero, or FreshBooks, or a manual system such as an Excel spreadsheet or Google Sheets. You can still set up workflows to ensure that you are consistent in how you're doing your bookkeeping. Just think about what you could be doing with the extra time that you gain by having workflows in your business. Listen in. I'm sure today's episode will be well worth your time. You're listening to the Mastering Your Small Business Finances podcast, where we get straight to the point on topics that ultimately affect your bottom line. That's right, as an entrepreneur with a small business, money management, growth, marketing, they all affect your bottom line. I'm your host, Chris Ponick. I'm a certified public accountant, and I've been helping small business owners like you navigate and easily understand these complicated topics for over 25 years. I'm a wife, a mom, a grandmother, and a small business owner myself, so I know your time is valuable. In my free time, I make the best sugar cookies and have mastered an amazing chocolate chip cookie recipe. And that's not just my opinion. You're in the right place. I promise your time will be well spent here. Each week, you'll gain confidence and clarity while making a successful impact on your business and grow your bottom line. Get comfy, grab a cookie, and let's get straight to the point with this week's episode. Are you looking for a computerized software solution to do your bookkeeping? I highly recommend checking out QuickBooks Online. I've been using QuickBooks myself for over 20 years, and they really know how to streamline processes and make your bookkeeping and recording your transactions simple and easy. QuickBooks is one of the top software solutions used by small business owners, and I would say that over 95% of my clients are currently using QuickBooks for their businesses. One of the features most of my clients and I take advantage of is the option to set up bank feeds. You simply link your bank account to your QuickBooks account, and QuickBooks will automatically import each transaction into your QuickBooks file. You'll save a ton of time not having to manually enter each of these transactions. You simply review each of the transactions and make sure they're getting recorded to the appropriate account, and then click one button and they're in. Want to know more? Head over to financialadventure.com/QuickBooks and learn how you can save 50% off of your first 3 months. Welcome back. When I mention the word workflows in your business, what comes to your mind? Your bookkeeping or office systems might not be at the top of your mind, but think about it for a bit. Whenever there's a workflow set up, I'm sure you're thinking about efficiencies, right? Well, why not take advantage of having bookkeeping workflows so that you can be as efficient as possible? I know for most business owners, the thought of doing bookkeeping isn't their favorite part of owning a business, but it is certainly a very important and necessary part. Today, I'm going to help you look into creating bookkeeping workflows for your business so that you can capture some extra time in your day. I'd love to hear what you would do with even an extra half an hour each day. Would you take some time just for yourself to do something that you enjoy? Well, if so, let's jump in and see what we can do to create some bookkeeping workflows in your business so that you can start enjoying a little me time. First, you'll want to take a look at every single piece of information that comes into your office. It doesn't matter how you receive it, just document that you receive it. You want to have a workflow for all of this information. It may be a bill that needs to be paid, a payment from a customer that needs to be deposited, a bank statement that needs to be reviewed, or even an order from a customer that needs action. No matter what the information is, write it down. You'll want to create a step-by-step process for what should be done with all the information you receive in your business. You may receive this information daily, weekly, or even monthly, quarterly, or annually, so make sure that your workflow captures everything. This may take some time to get everything documented. Next, you'll need a workflow for processing each of these items that you receive. Make sure that you have all the information needed to process these items in your workflow. And if you're missing information, make sure that you have a workflow to gather all the necessary information needed before you can begin to process it. This is extremely important since most of the time when there is missing information, the workflow stops. These items tend to get put aside and they start to pile up. I'm sure you have tasks in your office that you just dread doing. They are normally tasks that don't follow your normal workflow, so make sure that you set up a system so that you can get everything you need to move these tasks through your workflow easily, and if possible, see if there's a way to leverage technology, or try to batch process these workflows to increase your efficiencies. After the task has been processed, you'll want to have a workflow where you either have a review of the process or a way for you to file or capture these documents so that you know they have been finalized and are no longer in your workflow system. This step is crucial to ensure when you are finished, you have a system in place to file everything away. Being able to find documents quickly is a must, so make sure you have a workflow or system in place for all those documents you originally received in your office. When you map out your workflow, you will start to see if there is a way that you can improve your efficiencies. You may find that you can combine steps or even see if there is some sort of technology that could help you move your documents through your workflow faster. Test your workflow periodically to see if there is anything you could improve. You want to be strategic when creating workflows, and remember, the time you spend here will save you time in the long run. Find out where you may have any bottlenecks throughout your workflows and see if there is a way that you can improve these processes. You may want to also visit who is in charge of each step of your workflow. Over time, you may find it easier to delegate some of the tasks you thought only you could do, and you know that when you have your workflows in place, training is going to be a piece of cake. Let's go through a quick example of a workflow. I'm going to use a bill for this example, since I know that we all have bills that come into our business, right? These bills could come in the mail, email, or another method. When you receive the bill, you may want to put it in a folder so that you can gather all the bills throughout the week so that you can process or pay them on a certain day of the week. When you decide to pay your bills, you simply grab the folder where you are storing them and you pay them. You may be handwriting a check, setting the payment up online, or even entering a bill into your bookkeeping software and printing a check. Either way, when the bill has been paid, you will want to reference that it has been paid, the date it was paid, and how it was paid on the bill. Then you are to the end of the workflow where you'll want to file this paid bill in your filing system, or maybe you'll scan and upload this information into a file on your computer if you're trying to have a paperless office system. When reviewing this workflow, you could decide if there is someone else who could be helping with the different steps of the workflow and make sure that you're taking advantage of technology to increase efficiencies. This is just one quick example, but imagine what your office will look like when you have all of your workflows documented and your office is running smoothly. Just keep focused on creating and reviewing your workflows and you will soon be there. If you're struggling with your bookkeeping workflows, let me know. You can contact me by going to financialadventure.com/contact-us. And if you haven't already received your 5 essentials for stress-free bookkeeping, grab your free guide by going to financialadventure.com/5essentials. That's the number 5, ESSENTIALS. This guide is helpful whether you're doing your own bookkeeping for your business or you're doing bookkeeping for multiple businesses by covering the 5 essentials every business needs to do to have stress-free bookkeeping. And if you're interested in having a profitable bookkeeping business, I have a starter guide and success path that addresses what you need to know to start, grow, and scale your bookkeeping business so that you can learn the fastest way to start making money from the very beginning and grow and scale easily. This guide can be found at financialadventure.com/starter guide. I'll post links where you're listening to this podcast so that you can easily receive these. All right, to recap this episode. Number 1, creating bookkeeping workflows for your business will help you capture some extra time in your day. Number 2, you'll want to take a look at every single piece of information that comes into your office. It doesn't matter how you receive it, just document that you do receive it. You want to have a workflow for all of this information. No matter what you receive, write it down. You'll want to create a step-by-step process for what should be done with everything that you receive in your business. Number 3, you may receive this information daily, weekly, or even monthly, quarterly, or annually. So make sure your workflows capture everything. This actually might take some time to get everything documented. Number 4, you'll need a workflow for processing each of these items that you receive. Make sure that you have all the information needed to process these items in your workflow. And if you're missing information, make sure that you have a workflow to gather all the necessary information needed before you can begin to process it. Number 5, when there's information missing, the workflow stops. These items tend to get put aside and they start to pile up. Make sure that you set up a system so that you can get everything you need to move these tasks through your workflow easily. And if possible, see if there's a way to leverage technology or try to batch process these workflows to increase your efficiencies. Number 6, you'll want to have a workflow where you either have a review of the process or a way for you to file or capture these documents so that you know that they have been finalized and they're no longer in your workflow system. This step is crucial to ensure when you're finished, you have a system in place to file everything away. Number 7, being able to find documents quickly is a must, so make sure you have a workflow or system in place for all those documents you originally received into your office. Number 8, when you map out your workflow, you will start to see if there is any way that you can improve your efficiencies. You may find that you can combine steps or even see if there is some sort of technology that could help you move your documents through your workflow faster. Test your workflow periodically to see if there is anything that you can improve. Number 9, find out where you may have any bottlenecks throughout your workflows and see if there is a way to improve these processes. You may also want to visit who is in charge of each step of your workflow. And you know I'm going to ask, what's at least one thing you'll take away from this episode that will help your business succeed and grow your bottom line? If you need some accountability, join our private Facebook community and post your action item. We'd love to support you. Thanks for taking the time to tune into this episode of Mastering Your Small Business Finances. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed creating it for you, I'd love for you to give it a 5-star rating and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Visit financialadventure.com for the show notes, links from this episode, and while you're there, leave a comment if you have a topic you're interested in learning more about that affects your bottom line. If you're looking for a community where you can ask questions and get feedback about your small business, join my private Facebook group. You can find the links to this group and more on financialadventure.com. And remember, any financial information shared on this podcast is not to be considered professional, financial, or tax advice and should not be solely relied upon. Please consult your CPA or tax advisor for an opinion on your specific circumstances. I'm looking forward to having you tune in next time. Until then, dream big, follow your heart, and love what you do.